This is the KitchensinkWP podcast, episode 518.
I program my own computer.
We have a server crash, URL for error, page not found, links aren't working, system is crashing, system is crashing, system is crashing.
Your old HTML website, barely alive. We have the technology. We have WordPress. A new website, better than it was before. Better, stronger, faster. Why, hello everybody, this is Adam Silver, the host of the KitchensinkWP podcast. Thanks for being here. Let's get started. All right, upcoming events. Just one, and it's not an actual WordCamp. It's called WordPress Photo Festival. It is February 3rd through February 10th, and it apparently is the online photography contribution event that's being held and hosted by the community of Kerala, India. It's going to provide an opportunity for participants to showcase their photography talents by uploading their photos to the WordPress photo directory. So it's pretty cool. Obviously, it's free and it's digital. It's all online. So a link in the show notes, of course, there. So check that out if you want to. I actually have contributed to the photo directory. I have one photo up there. It was one that I took, I believe it's a sunflower I took when I was visiting my friend Jesse Gurr, who has an agency up in Minnesota, Iceberg Design, great company. So anyway, yeah, check that out. Maybe I will participate and add a few more photos. I mean, I have thousands, if not tens of thousands of photos since I was a photographer before WordPress. So I will maybe submit more that week as well. All right, moving on, segment one in the news. One thing to talk about here, the plugin Better Search and Replace was hacked, apparently. It's a very popular plugin. I've used it before with over 1 million installations. The plugin vendor, which is now, it was sold, I believe, a couple years ago to WP Engine. They did release version 1.4.5 to address the critical PHP object injection vulnerability error. It was tracked as CVE 20236933, if you wanted to know. There'll be a link in the show notes about that as well. Is that it in the news? Yeah, kind of a light news week. So that's it in the news. Moving on to segment two, meat potatoes of this week's episode: live chats versus versus chatbots. Way back on episode 133, when I did a bit on some chat plugins. I was looking at maybe do that for a client plus myself to have live chat available. I talked about Zopim, which is now Zendesk, WP live chat support, and Talk.to. And I am looking perhaps to dive back into that because it's been 8 years since I did that episode. But the tech has changed. And now besides just live chat, we also have chat bots, and they become easier and easier to use. And I'm kind of looking into that as well. So I figured I'd start with discussing the pros and cons, etc. And if I'm not mistaken here, I have six key differences, kind of the pros and cons, and then which is better. We'll get to that in a second here. So first and foremost, the nature of interaction. Now, live chat involves real-time human-to-human interaction. A live chat is typically staffed by a customer support agent, a CSA, or a sales rep who responds to the inquiries as they come in. Now, the chat bot on the other side of the coin it's automated, pre-programmed responses based on input. It uses AI sometimes to simulate conversations with users. Okay, so that's the nature of interaction is different there. Response time also can be different. A live chat is immediate, usually based on and relying on live agents who are available to respond in real time. A chatbot is instantaneous and automated and allows for 24/7 because there's no human involvement there whatsoever. Now, this is where it gets interesting. The third one here is the complexity of query. A live chat, very well suited for handling complex queries that may require human understanding, empathy, and problem-solving skills. That's a huge thing right there, right? The chatbot, it's really better for handling routine and repetitive queries. So it's not going to have that, I think you're going to know right away the differences between the two. Number four, again, this is based on kind of a spin-off of response time, but the availability. Live chat depends on somebody working the hours that a human's going to work. It may not be available 24/7. A lot of companies just can't afford that because you're paying someone to be available all the time. Where a chatbot, you can have instant responses even outside of those regular business hours. Scalability, live chat, limited by the number of human agents available. So if you want to scale up, if you are a large company, let's say you're like Apple, and they have live chat. I believe it's 24/7 if I'm not mistaken, but they can afford to do that. They've made more money than I will see in my lifetime in just the past few minutes of me talking. So, whereas a chatbot is highly scalable because it doesn't really matter as far, you're not paying more people. You might be paying more server and processes technically, but of course, it's a fraction of the cost of a human person. So, and number 6, the last one here, is personalization. Now, the live chat can't offer a high level personalization because, of course, yes, there might be scripts that we follow as humans, when you call these places up and they want to upsell you or sidestep to sell you something else, kind of like they'll solve the problem and they ask for any more questions or they mention something anew. The personalization's there. The chatbot personalization is really based on pre-programmed rules and a set of data that is only available to the bot. So they may use machine learning to enhance the personalization, like, say, hey, what's your name? And you type in, Bob, and say, hey, Bob, nice to hear from you. How can I help you today? So yeah, that's some AI a little bit, machine learning really, but it's not, super personalized that way. Now, of course, the question comes, which is better? Well, the choice between the two really depends on specific needs and the goals of the business. A live chat is probably better when dealing with complex or sensitive inquiries that require human understanding, that empathy that I mentioned before, providing personalized assistance and building a human connection, and handling situations where, the emotional intelligence is crucial. I definitely see that as a difference there. The chatbot is going to be better when dealing with routine and repetitive queries to save time and resources. If you answer the same questions over and over and over again, then yes, a chatbot is going to help. Also, if you're doing some pre-sales qualifications, if you're trying to qualify clients, a chatbot is going to be easier as well. You can provide instant responses 24/7 without having to worry about paying for a staff during non-business hours, technically speaking, for a chatbot, and scale, of course, without the support of the proportional increase of scale and cost that goes along with a human agent. So moving forward, I am fascinated with both of these technologies. I really am. And I think you should be too. I think it can really help a business across the board provide value and help grow. It just depends on how you implement it. I am a little bit more I don't know what's the word I'm looking for here. I think enamored at the moment by chatbots because of the AI integrations and the potential of automation elements, because you can connect some of these chatbots to your CRM. I'm kind of looking into that as well. And I may very well come back and do an updated review on some chatbot technology, as well as, live chat as well, but I'm looking more at the chatbots. And with that, I'm going to actually segment right into segment 3, which is the tip and tool of the week. Which is this week's BotPress, BotPress. It's a very first, it's like the first generation, they're calling it the first next generation chatbot builder powered by OpenAI. So it's interesting. I watched a video on it. Very cool. Has a lot of functionality. I love the fact that you can actually connect to an external reference and resource as a what's it called? Like a Wikipedia almost. So I'm trying to see if I can't somehow use this for some of my clients who are nonprofits so they can, have easy answers and accessibility to their own site for when people come visit the site as well. Maybe they want to donate money to make sure they're looking in the right way, etc. So anyway, check out botpress.com. I have no connection to them right now. There's a free level and a pay level. I'm definitely interested in learning more about it. And it's pretty cool how it works. And so check it out. There you go. All right. Nice and short episode this week. If you have any questions, go ahead, send it in via email, adam@KitchensinkWP.com, or use the SpeakPipe function on the website. If you want to support the show, you can become a Patreon. I would love that. There's a form on the website, or you can go to KitchensinkWP.com/Patreon. You can buy me a coffee. There's a button on the website for that. I enjoy my coffee. And if you want to sponsor the show, you can do that as well. Thanks for listening. See you next week. Now go out and do some awesome things with WordPress. All right. Bye-bye.